A week on from the Hungarian Grand Prix, Formula One heads into the summer break. It's round 14 of the most famous circuit of all. We're at the circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in the Ardennes Forest of Belgium. It's round 14 of the season then, and 7 different winners in the opening 13 races. Piastri's victory in Hungary means that now Verstappen's not won since June of the Spanish Grand Prix. But we're in for an interesting round because here in Belgium, it's Max's sort of home race along with Lando Norris. It could be interesting what those two get up to. After this, then, it's into the summer break before the Netherlands takes us in August. Then over to September with Italy, Azerbaijan and Singapore. October takes us back to the United States at the Circuit of the Americas, followed then by Mexico. November takes us to Sao Paulo and the streets of Las Vegas, whereas December rounds us out in the deserts with Qatar and Abu Dhabi. In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen leads 265 points. Lando Norris and Charles Leclerc second and third, 189 and 162. Sainz moves up to fourth and Piastri in fifth. Hamilton now overtakes Perez for 1 point difference for sixth. Russell eighth. Alonso Stroll rounds out the top 10. No change on the second page. Tsunoda now level on points with Hulkenberg on 22. Ricciardo is on 11 points. Behrman and Gasly still on 6 with Magnussen 5, 4 for Albon, 3 for Ocon. Still no points for Zhou Guanyu, Logan Sargent or Valtteri Bottas. In the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull lead the way to McLaren 389 to 338. Ferrari have 322. They're cleared to Mercedes on 241. Aston Martin more than half cleared to RB 69 to 33, but it's Haas who are closing in the RB team. Alpine comfortably in 8th as well. They're ahead to Williams 9 to 4. Sauber still no points to their name. Let's take a look around the circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. It's been on the calendar since 1950, it's one of the originals as well, and over 7 kilometres, it's the longest track on the calendar. Get a good exit out the last corner and boot it hard across the line down towards turn 1 at La Source as well. Heavy braking zone all the way down into third gear. Hug the inside line as well. Let the car drift out. Use all available curb as you head downhill on the original start-finish straight before you head to Eau Rouge, the red water. Hit the bottom of Eau Rouge, rise up the hill as you reach the top of the crest at Raidillon. The car unsettles itself as it sort of balances out, and then you start. Open up the DRS as you head down the Camel Straight all the way down towards the Lecombe chicane. 8th gear, flat out, hit the brakes at 100km boards, flick the car in 4th gear, ride the curbs as you come in towards Malmedy. Keep on the throttle as well. You can now pretty much take it flat out as you head downhill towards Ravage. Nice double apex corner as you try to loop it back up. Coming through now, Jochen all the speakers corner, flicks through as well. Take a wide exit because now you're going to effectively go downhill towards Puong. Flick the car in, drop down to 6th gear from 8th. Maximum throttle through the second half as well. You can take all the speed as you come up towards the Fagnes chicane. Down from 8th gear all the way, full in 5th gear as well. Maybe pull down to 4th depending on what the grip is like as well as you approach the fearsome Stavolo as well. Flick the car in, mid-power exit, full power as you come round the curve de Port Frere 1 and then up towards curve de Port Frere 2. This used to be an original part of the street circuit here as well. It's the entrance of the circuit as you fly through the second half as you approach Blanchimont. Flat out, hug the inside line as well, flick the car in and hope for the best. The bus stop chicane then as well, down all the way to 2nd gear. 2, the one to the right, 1 to the left, back on the accelerator at the exit, DRS open as you cross the line, and that is a lap of the circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. Hello everybody, and welcome to a very wet Spa-Francorchamps for qualifying ahead of the 2024 Belgium Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps always bites, and this track in the wet is going to be very, very entertaining. 3 segments of qualifying to decide who's going to start on pole position, and it's coming your way shortly. Hello everybody, welcome to qualifying. Well, here we go. We've had the F2 race postponed as well due to the rain. The rain has stopped. The track, however, is still very, very wet. Expecting full wets for an exploratory lap and then possibility of intermediates. Definitely no sign of dries, and more rain is incoming as well. So this can be a very interesting session. Low grip conditions have been declared by race control as well as a wet track. So we're all just sort of expecting the unexpected, pretty much how it is standard. Let's cross over though quickly to Sky F1 for all their updates.
The cooler conditions over the hot conditions, that's no longer the case. But ultimately in this situation here, it's going to be about being on track at the right place at the right time.
Okay, well after the break, we've got qualifying for the Belgian Grand Prix.
Yeah, just that's the moment they go to an ad break as well to make sure that I can't do anything. This was the scenes as well. We had a red flag in practice 3. That was all because of the Lance Stroll accident. He is just about okay, I'm delighted to say. Looks like he's got back to normal and should be taking part in this session going forward. Omi is here, but he's got his mic muted at the moment, so not hearing much from him, but Megan's on her way into the commentary box. So the free practice session this morning was red flag due to conditions, and then we got going with 2 minutes to go. Track was still very, very bad, so not many people wanted to head out there again. Then we had the Formula 2, and that got postponed. Very heavy rain by the time we got to that, so it's now looking like it's going to happen at the end of the day. So after F1 qualifying, we will have the F2 sprint race. And then tomorrow morning again, the 2 features, F3, F2, then Porsche, and then we'll go in for Formula 1's Belgium Grand Prix as well. Pressure's building though, certainly for Sergio Perez. There's a big chance, of course. Don't forget, he got eliminated in the Hungarian Grand Prix Q1 after crashing. He's got to do well this time out as well. But here it comes, bit of pressure in Belgium.
In F1.
We are talking to a few other drivers.
Driver for hire, Carlos Sainz.
Why is he still in F1?
He's the man that they're all going to have to catch.
Do you wish you hadn't have signed him quite so early?
This is a business in which there are pressures to deliver.
Contact between Max Verstappen and Lando Norris.
He can't keep moving after a move.
You can see that tempers are flaring.
Double braking. I'm not going to get into a radio fight. It's childish.
You've got to think of yourself. That's priority number 1.
Thank you, everyone. That was fantastic. We did it, Will. We did it. It's not over until it's over.
Just whisper it quietly, perhaps. There is a championship on our hands.
Qualifying. It's round 14 of FIA Formula 1 in 2024, and certainly this is the one that everybody wants to take a look at. Pole position at Spa-Francorchamps is the closest thing to immortality you can get, because it's the fastest, and on days like this, it certainly is a challenge. Wet weather is flying in, and we are going to be in for a terribly exciting session. It's over 7 kilometres long. It's the longest track on the calendar. 61% of the lap is spent at full throttle. There's 19 turns, 2 DRS zones, and over 102 metre elevation change. It's from all the way down the lowest point of the track at Eau Rouge to the highest point down the Lacombe chicane. Pirelli bring in C2 hard, C3 medium, C4 soft compound tyre, but the rain and the wet track means we're likely going to see, to begin with, the blue wets and then hopefully the green intermediates, depending on how good the track conditions are as well. We welcome you up to the main commentary box as well. Good afternoon to everybody. This is it then, qualifying for the Belgium Grand Prix, and everybody now just starts to worry, just starts to have a little bit of panic as well. We all know what the difficulty can be. 80% chance of rain for this session as well. The track looks to be covered in this horrific water that just sort of sits in the valley and drops down and continues to drop. Even if the rain has stopped, it can still be raining because it holds it in the trees and drips off all the leaves around here as well. So a lot of standing water can be found here, so they're going to have to be very, very careful. Low grip conditions has already been described as well, a full wet track, and crucially, a change of climatic conditions. Now, what that indicates is that the teams can now dramatically change their setups between qualifying and the race. So you can have a wet setup for qualifying and then go back to a dry setup in the race. So it removes that pressure of the FIA lockdown that you hear for Parc Fermé, and you can see the water moisture and the steam coming off from the trees as well. No one's having a campfire, it's just the clouds getting caught up. And the biggest thing is the difference out here at the moment as well in terms of water levels. It means that we're in the unknown. I'm seeing several drivers now at the end of the pit lane here at the start of the session. Many of them, in fact nearly all of them, are on the intermediate tyre. They don't want to waste anything if more rain comes in. The 2 McLarens, the 2 Hasses, the 2 Alpines, the 2 Williamses and the 2 Saubers at the end there as well. So we'll be keeping an eye on date. One thing we do know coming into this qualifying session, though, 5 out of 4 engines used for Max Verstappen indicates he will take a 10-place grid penalty for using that 5th internal combustion engine as well. So we're all set up for that. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit different and a little bit better when we get into the mix of things as well. Josh T's setup, by the way, looks absolutely fantastic as he covers the qualifying session for the British Touring Car Championship. DRS has been disabled as well. I don't know if Omi's around down there in the pit lane, if he can hear us, as we take a look at Oscar Piastri. This is him coming towards the end of the pit lane as they come in.
I'm eating food.
Okay, no worries. Let's hear from Piastri.
It was pretty dangerous by the Haas.
Copy. I would say Martin.
Yeah, the 2 Hasses coming out there, Ryan's of Piastri, not too great at all. Tom Megan to box, should be here shortly. If you wonder where Jess is, by the way, she unfortunately has lost her voice and is unwell, so she's not with us this weekend. She's watching in the commentary box chat there as well, so hi Jess, hope you're okay. DRS disabled, and we're all set then. Conditions are treacherous, the atmosphere building, and Q1 begins now. The green light goes on and we are underway for what is going to be an absolutely treacherous, fantastic session. I can't wait to see what we have next. Can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And straight onto the track comes Lando Norris. Kevin Magnussen is out there as well. Let's hear from Lando.
It's possible in these conditions we should go for it on the first time lap. We think Class 2 rain, 8 minutes into the session.
Now, a Class 2 rain, that is the heavier band, and don't forget that happened back in 2021. Lando Norris was a part of that. The car swooped round to him at the bottom of Eau Rouge as well, so just keep an eye out. Max Verstappen not heading out there just yet. He's saving and hedging his bets, just wants to make sure everything is okay before going straight out there as well, as they come back up. On board with Oscar Piastri. Stroll comes out on the circuit as well. Now just leaving the pit lane was Fernando Alonso as he comes into it. Track conditions look okay, considering we had to abandon the F2 race until later on today. Conditions do look a lot better for intermediates. There's a massive rain crew that's been done as well over the past over the past. Now, I sorted this, and you're deliberately now twisting it. Take your headset off and undo it as well, coming into it. Anyway, hello, Megan.
Hi.
No rain at the moment, but rain coming in 8 minutes, so get out there, start lap time, basically.
Gotta be quick then.
Are we in for a bit of a dangerous session, this one? A bit like 21?
Possibly.
What do you think's going to happen?
Crash. Probably, according to my predictions, it's Logan Sargent crashing.
Yeah, well, Stroll already crashed in the third practice session.
This water's freezing cold. It's so nice.
Jealous as they come into it. There's look, Zach Brown put his hand behind. There's Andrea Stella, the team principal at McLaren. There's a lot of spray coming into the bus stop, Meg, so it's into conditions at the moment, and hopefully for Lando it should be quite good. Lando, of course, fastest on Friday, but across the 3 practice sessions so far, we don't actually know who set the fastest time and who set the best time.
No, we don't. This will be quite an illuminating qualifying session.
Yeah, we got no clue, basically. We lost the last hour. First hour was different. Yeah, second hour wasn't.
Rain expected in just over 2 minutes' time.
Oh.
So that, as Martin Brundle says, that is 1 lap. 1 lap only as Lando flies into a Rouge at speed for the first time. Just gets it okay at the top of the hill at Radeon as he heads down the Kemmel Straight once again. And Lando just got to keep it through, Megan.
Piastri just had a really great opening lap time.
Yeah, time's coming up on the board as they come into it, Megan.
33.370 for Norris's first sector time.
Yeah, not too bad there. They're keeping those deltas in together as well. Norris has got Leclerc just in front of him. He clears him with ease as he comes down the hill into Malmedy now. And he continues to push down. The live speed showing exactly what we need to. Lance Stroll goes up into 3rd place as he starts his lap time as well. But Lando's actually pushing quite hard, and just a bit harder than we were expecting. This is a nice little run for the Brit with a 1-time victory under his belt.
He is one of the quickest out on track at the minute, I think. But Russell's only just come out of the pit lane.
And with that rain coming in, this could be the best of the conditions. So we could be really seeing a mixed up result. And
it's already beginning.
It's worrying for Max Verstappen. Where is he? He's coming through Curve de Paul Frere towards Blanchimont now. And Max is going to start a lap time, but that rain's going to be coming down at the same time. Lando's just behind him. No grip, says Lewis Hamilton. He's out there on the intermediate tyres. Everybody is out there on the intermediates at the moment as they fly up the hill towards the braking zone. And Megan, this is the key thing they've got to think about here. They don't want to have the drama of what we've got next.
Yeah, and Red Bull really don't want to have any drama happening in this session as Norris goes top with a 1:58.894, and they really don't want any drama throughout the session given the 10-place penalty.
Magnussen goes into second, 1:59.855. Hulkenberg's moving up there too, 1:58.787 as they come into it. Here's Oscar Piastri, 1:57.4. He's 1.3 seconds faster as Hulkenberg goes second. Lando was a bit too cautious.
I think also he caught a little bit too much of the spray.
Yeah.
Coming out of one of the corners. And I'm not completely sure, but I think I did see a little bit of a curb hit. That was about the time I said that it's getting worse.
Max Verstappen's first sector's looking good. Stroll's done a 2:0.003 in the Aston Martin. Here is Max Verstappen now coming into Puong, and he's controlling that slide a little bit more and controlling that grip. Not bad so far from Max. First sector for Charles Leclerc's in as well. He's down. And Gasly goes second. 7/10 off the pace of Piastri.
That's surprising.
Definitely, yeah. Rock on fourth. There's definitely grip here. 1:58.598 for Esteban. Puts the Alpine up into fourth. Max is second. Second's a 53.1. Sonoda goes into fourth position as well. Charles Leclerc is only 2,000ths off the pace of Piastri. Rain's increasing out there. It's not saying it's raining yet on our timing monitors, but you just got to keep an eye on everything on cause of grip. Ricciardo goes fifth. Max Verstappen should go fastest here and does so by 1.4 seconds.
Well, he was really desperate to get out good times. I mean, obviously this is just Q1, so he's really desperate, I think, not to be in that elimination zone.
Charles Leclerc goes third, 157.698. Kevin Magnussen goes into 7th position, 158.3. Sainz 9th, 158.531. Lewis Hamilton's 19th at the moment. George Russell is 20th. As you said, Megan, neither of the two Mercedes had any qualifying times when the rain was starting to come down. Hamilton, though, goes third. Russell's just behind him. Is he going to find an improvement out here on the circuit? Coming across the line, Russell's 20th. Does he improve to 5th? Yeah, Russell improves to 5th.
Max said that his tyres are hot. And in these conditions.
Yeah.
That's why he's got such a good opening time.
And this is all without the DRS, remember, as well. No DRS is allowed in wet conditions. Lando's first set is good. Eliminate. Oh, Albon jumps up to 10th. I told you that's going to be an interesting elimination zone. So Norris is in there at the moment. Zhou, Stroll, Bottas and Sargent coming through.
Still can't break out the 33.
In the women's cycling individual time trial, we've got our second medal, silver.
Yes, and you should get the silver.
Yes. GB might actually be good. So, do better than America. Ocon goes 4th, 157.449, so he's moved up the place as well. Lando's coming through Stavolo. He's a second down on Verstappen's time already, Megan.
Do you know, in 1900, when the Olympics was also in Paris, we got third.
Oh.
We were only beaten by France, who won, and it's the US, who came second.
Just want to say, of course, it's 100 years since we had the last Paris Olympics, but it's also 100 years since the story that inspired Chariots of Fire. So if you want to watch Chariots of Fire, now's your time over the next 16 days.
Wait, are you telling me they had 2 in 24 years? Jeez, they got that a lot.
Here is Lando Norris. He goes 4th. Carlos Sainz goes 7th, 157.528. Hulkenberg's in 17th in the drop zone. Bottas is 20th. Once again, though, for the 13th time this year, Zhou Guanyu is in the drop zone.
Yeah, that's going to be concerning. There could be heavier rain in 2 minutes from Piastri's engineers. So, do you think... Does Zhou have a seat?
No.
Zhou might be the one to go.
I'm thinking more and more Zhou could be the one to go as well, yeah.
Because of... Unless... From now on, he starts, or after the summer break, he starts to actually get out of the drop zone as Bottas goes 6th.
So what can Stroll?
Yeah, because obviously the car is capable of putting Zhou in a...
Stroll's off the pace in 20th, but there's no lap time deleted, so that's just his normal lap time. Yeah, Zhou really should be able to go through and improve here. He's 19th at the moment, but should be able to find more time.
I really hope that he does start getting more faster times, and I think Albon's coming in. I saw something about service, so they're probably going to adjust the car a little bit, and maybe it's like assess the situation with the rain.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting...
Oh,
Sergio Perez, middle sector's fastest of all, isn't he? 53.077. Remarkable time there, yeah.
Hey, maybe he will be the 8th winner.
It could be. He needs to get out of Q1. Don't forget, he's scored 23 points. Now, how has he scored? 21 points over the last 7 Grand Prix. Average of 3 points per race. Whereas Max Verstappen scored over 100.
Norris.
It is now or never for a new set. We think we should take a new set.
Perez second.
Agree with that one.
Yeah, Norris finally agreeing with his strategy, as Martin Brundle said. Look at Tsunoda, he goes 5th. Leclerc has got a middle sector faster though, 52.936. Perez went second fastest as well on the 156.656. Danny Ricciardo, showing why he should be in the car, goes second fastest now on a 156.618, so he's still got some gumption. Here comes Charles Leclerc across the line to go second fastest.
I can't even say it on it.
Danny Rick?
No, Albon's. Let's just say it. It had its imaginative tendencies.
The transcript.
Yeah.
Megan's happy now this weekend because we've got the iMac doing the TV pictures. Her timing screen's actually working properly. Piastri! 155.549, half a second faster than Verstappen. Can Can Zhou Guanyu get out of the elimination zone? He can! For the second time this year, Zhou Guanyu is on the verge of going through. He's 14th at the moment, and that's a big improvement time for him. It's a 1:57.775 as Lance Stroll trundling around a second away from Alonso, and he is a total of 3.5 seconds off of Piastri. Sargent is 3.1, Hülkenberg 2.9, Albon 2.8, Magnussen 2.8.
A lot of people are on outlaps right now.
So many.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
Oh, Sainz twitched.
Yeah, but at least it's green sector.
Yeah.
Hell.
What is that first sector time for Sargent? He's 13th at the moment, so 32.3. Verstappen's middle sector. First sector, look at the Max is first. Did you spot that? 32.217. Where is Verstappen right now on the circuit? He is down at X, turn 9.
Danny Rick says that it's getting better out there.
Right, it does look like it's getting better. The heavier rain hasn't come just yet, so...
They're managing... It's drying, that's why.
So they're getting faster. The intermediates are doing their job. If it stays dry for the next 5.5 minutes, we're in for a really good ending to Q1. Verstappen's middle sector time hasn't come up yet, and he's into that part of the track now, coming out of Stavolo. Carlos Sainz is across the line now. He's 13th at the moment. Verstappen's middle sector is a 52.289. Sainz goes 4th, 156.519, and moves up into 4th position. Drops zone with 5 minutes to go. Magnussen, Albon, Hülkenberg, Sargent, Stroll.
First spots of rain on the camera lens, but also double pit for RB. They, I think, are premeditating things that will happen.
Look at the track dominance between Alonso and Stroll. Stroll's faster at Rivage.
Last sector, yeah.
And then all the way through from Curve to Port Frere to the bus stop. So, yeah, but so sector 3, basically.
Yeah.
But Alonso got sectors 1 and 2. Hamilton goes 3rd. Max Verstappen's taken the top spot with a 1:54.938. The track now 6/10 faster than Piastri's time. So it is improving as Fernando Alonso comes through Stavolo into Curve to Port Frere. He's 8/10 down.
That would put him...
4th.
Yeah.
Ahead of Leclerc.
That is impressive from Fernando Alonso right now.
Problem is, it's a 2.5 minute outlap, then a 2 minute lap. So when do you want to push and do you want to have a risk of doing it again if the rain comes?
I think those that are in right now, if they're not happy with their lot, they need to go out now.
I think everybody's got to go out again. If the track improves this quickly, then it's not safe. Look, Alonso's just gone into 4th, exactly what we predicted, but he lost 4/10 in that last sector. Is Lance Stroll going to make through? Yes, he does. He goes 7th. That pushes Zhou into the drop zone again.
Hello.
As well as Kevin Magnussen. Hello, Amy. Gasly goes into 3rd, 1:55.6. Here's Albon. Look at that, 1 second faster. As Ocon goes into 5th. Time's tumbling now. Perez has come into the pit lane. So Perez has boxed and he's 11th. Perez is that's a risky game to play. Go on, Omi.
The F2 race has been postponed, so we do have the timings now for it.
Oh, great. When is it?
So it seems like it's getting underway at 5:15.
UK time. Excellent.
Yes. Track time, 6:15.
Excellent. That's correctly where we put it then. Albon's gone 8th fastest. And Norris moves up to 5th. Sargent's looking strong as well. So if you want to watch the F2, it's on at 5 o'clock British Summer Time. Lights out 5:15. Here's Sargent, last overall. Is track improvement going to help him out? Russell's in the drop zone as well. Oh, he goes 16th. He's a 10th off of Tsunoda's time. And Russell's in the drop zone too.
I reckon some of them are saving their tyres for Q2 and 3. But those near the back, not so much.
Zhou Guanyu and Logan Sargent have just come out. Zhou Guanyu and Carlos Sainz have just come out of the pit lane together on the circuit. Bottas is down at Rivage at turn 8. This is the track conditions. It's dry, all bar, Kemmel Straight, Kemmel Straight, Lecombe, Malmedy, Rivage, and Ix. There, so all the way from on your driver tracker. All the way from turn 5 up until turn 9. That's where the track is sort of changed over a bit. 2 minutes to go in Q1. It's starting to rain even more down at La Source. So this could be the final ones of these sessions that they need to start flying through.
So it seems to be coming in quite slowly, though. So.
Yeah. Also, do you want to know how much my phone's been on? Look, it keeps flashing on, but all these texts coming through as well. That's all in the last 8 minutes, 11 minutes, 12 minutes. I get so many text messages. Then one of my watch buzzes. Joe Verstappen have been noted for impeding. That's Verstappen noted for impeding. He's second on the list.
No favouritism.
Verstappen, if he's impeding Joe, will get a grid penalty, and he's only got 10, remember? That could put Max Verstappen theoretically 15th or worse on the grid. He could start at the back.
He could.
Furthest back he ever won this Grand Prix was 14th back in 2022.
Yeah. If he goes down to 15th, then I'm not sure how he's going to do.
Yeah, one position
Second,
more.
maybe.
Yeah, and if it's a 2021 situation, then yeah, this could be interesting for the World Championship, couldn't it?
It could be.
And Max, of course, with the upgrades haven't gone wrong. Mercedes, however, on upgrades, all the upgrades that Mercedes brought for this weekend in Spa, they have taken them all off because of these conditions. They don't want to risk it.
If it is a 20...
Yeah. Hey, look at that. Russell's 2/10 down, but that's crucially on Verstappen. He should still be able to get through ahead of Tsunoda.
Oh, I've just thought of something. Okay, so if it is a 2021 situation, the most likely people to be on the pole instead of Verstappen because of his grid penalty will either be Piastri or Norris, let's face it. All Leclerc.
Yeah, he's just going to second place. Russell's going to get impeded in the last corner, though, by Zhou Guanyu as he comes across the line. Now, did that cost Russell any time? No. Goes third fastest. So 1:55.353. Checker flag is coming out, and Piastri's going to miss it.
Is it?
Yeah, Piastri's missed it. So Oscar stays fourth. Piastri's top! I stand corrected. 1:54.8, and it's Joe impeding.
Verstappen was on a flying lap.
Yeah.
Not happy.
So it's actually Verstappen who has been blocked
Where's
by
he?
Joe.
Where's Verstappen second?
Verstappen is in traffic with Joe and Hamilton down into Lecombe at the top of it, down here at the circuit. So down turn 5.
He's not having a great time, isn't it?
He's not. Piastri's gone top, 1:54.835. Track's improving. Every driver's out there on the circuit. Pierre Gasly goes up to second, 1:54.9. So the track has got the grip and time. Ocon goes into 6th place. Hulkenberg's 20th at the moment, goes across the line, goes into 11th position. Sergio Perez is the driver at risk, and he's had a poor first sector. Alonso goes into 7th position. Valtteri Bottas jumps up to 8th position. One Sauber through. Perez is in the drop zone at the moment, and he is coming across the line shortly. Stroll goes into 11th. Kevin Magnussen is going to be the next one to watch. He's in 17th at the moment. Is he going to improve across the line? Magnussen goes 14th. What about Sergio Perez? He goes 4th. Sainz now in the drop zone as well as Ricciardo. Cross the line. Albon goes 11th. Here comes Danny Ricciardo. He kicks out Kevin Magnussen as well. Carlos Sainz still in that drop zone. He's in 17th. Norris goes 11th. Stroll is in completed time 2. Sainz goes 15th. Both Haas cars are out. Tsunoda, Sargent and Zhou left. Tsunoda does not improve on position, improves on time. It stays in 18th. Sargent and Zhou next across it. And, well, Tsunoda doesn't do it. Sargent's done. Zhou's done too. Zhou's had his lap time deleted and will start at the back. Zhou Guanyu faces his 13th Q1 elimination of 2024 and his 13th back row of the grid start, and for the 9th time this year he qualifies in 20th position.
That's lucky.
Zhou Guanyu at the moment, I'm sorry to say, is the most useless driver in Formula 1. Wow. So this is just getting ridiculous, isn't it? Q1 drivers eliminated. Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Sargent and Zhou.
Rain is getting a little bit too heavy.
Tsunoda, I think, was unlucky there, but Zhou doesn't deserve a seat. Sargent doesn't deserve a seat. Magnussen's already leaving, and Hulkenberg's going to Sauber.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that one already. We compromised ourselves too much.
Yeah, but he's out of Q1.
Operationally-
He's out of Q1. That's already a big relief. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Perez is out of Q1.
No, he isn't.
No, he's out of Q1. He's got into Q2.
Oh!
He hasn't done that for the last couple of races, remember? He was out in,
Yeah.
he was out in he was out in Silverstone, he was out in Hungary.
Yeah.
So finally some improvement there. Right, here's the results then in total from Q1. Piastri, 154.835. He's top. Gasly second. Verstappen third. Perez is fourth. Sainz goes into fifth. We've got Leclerc sixth. Russell seventh. Ocon eighth. Ricciardo ninth. Alonso takes the top 10. Bottas 11th. Norris 12th. Hamilton's 13th. Albon's 14th and 15th. Goes to Stroll. The drivers eliminated in this session. Hülkenberg in 16th, Magnussen 17th, Tsunoda's 18th, Sargent's 19th, and once again, 13 out of 14 Q1 eliminations. Zhou Guanyu starts 20th and last on the grid. Q2 is coming up next. And let's check up then with our commentary team after that session as well. Omi, down there in the pit lane, what did you make of qualifying number one?
A very interesting Q1. Cannot wait to see how Q2 and Q3 is going to go. But we have a wet qualifying session. Wet qualifying sessions are always incredible, always hyper competitive, and it definitely does need the whole team to try work together. And the timing needs to be right with when you send the car out. It's always amazing to see all the teams and drivers at work, and it really does show driving talent as well. So lovely Q1, excited for Q2, excited for Q3.
Megan?
I was a bit worried about some people there, but I recognise that some people are just saving their tyres for, well, Q2 and Q3. But it is a little bit worrying there because we have at least two members of the top four teams constantly kind of in the same position this weekend. So it is a tiny bit worrying.
It's back and forth between the two, isn't it? Yeah.
1 minute they're fast and 1 minute not, so I can only assume sandbagging.
Let's head over to Sky Sports F1 then.
Welcome back to Spa. We know the stewards are investigating Zhou Guanyu for potentially impeding Max Verstappen. But what about these incidents here? This is Logan Sargent round the source. Is that Max Verstappen ahead of him? And we can see what that incident looked like on board with Lewis Hamilton as well, as Verstappen takes the inside line through La Source. That was a bit close, Martin, to Logan Sargent.
Yeah, but if they're both on a hot lap, I don't see it's a problem. It's not that you're not allowed to overtake in qualifying, you're just not allowed to slow down and impede others.
Ayo Komatsu at Haas. What happened, my friend? Both out in the first part of qualifying.
Yeah, we lost a lot of lap time in sector 2 between 5 and 9, so yeah, we couldn't quite get the inters to work properly.
And what were the reasons losing that lap time? Traffic or the just car not set up or what?
I don't know for sure. It wasn't really a traffic, to be honest, so it's really with the downforce level we're running and then the behavior of the car.
So have you set your car up more for a dry Grand Prix tomorrow, Ayo?
But to be honest, try to achieve the best compromise. I had no intention of being out in Q1. So far it's not the right compromise, but we have to see. We'll review the data tonight and we'll see what we can do tomorrow.
Commiserations. We hope we'll be talking to you for longer in this session.
Thank you very much to Ayo Komatsu there as well as Sky Sports. Green light, we're underway for qualifying 2. Drivers limited in Q1, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Sargent and Zhou. Now the remaining 15 cars do battle out here on the circuit. Megan, what do you think is going to happen?
Not much.
Who's going to be your surprise elimination, your surprise go through?
Albon will go through.
I predicted actually.
Hamilton won't.
Hamilton's going to go out.
I mean, he's been kind of slow.
Class 1 rain in 10 minutes. That's the biggie.
Better get out of there quick then.
Now, it's cold outside, if you didn't know, but it's nice and warm in this commentary box, but it's a bit too warm, so let's put the fan on.
You're cold? Point
No.
it towards you completely.
No, I'm too hot. It's cold outside. Now, there's a wind that's blown in, there's cloudy.
Oh, I meant to say you're hot.
And it's warm in here, yeah, so I've put the fan on just to generate some heat.
Freezing.
Really? It's really warm in here.
Point it completely away from me, please.
It is completely away from me. And now it's not on me. It's a fan, it doesn't work at the sides, it's got at the sides.
I can feel it.
Oh, Megan, shut up. You're drinking water, I haven't. I've just got one. I left the box and got some water. We need a little fridge in here.
We do need a fridge.
Right here, we need a little fridge with drinks.
And food.
No, because then we'll always have to keep the power supply on. If we get cans of Coke, we'll just turn it on in the morning.
No, I mean things like that.
Oh, things like that,
Or chocolate. Crisps.
Chocolate would be nice, actually.
Yeah.
A fridge, honestly, a little mini fridge would be quite nice there. It would actually, yeah. Anyway, the track looks dry now as Russell backs off this that time. Yeah, Class 1 rain. What turned into Winter Wonderland is now a Class 3 kill storm. Sound like Class 3. Omi, what do you think is going to happen in this session then? Have you got a surprise through an eliminations we hear from Verstappen?
A little bit, right? Tiny bit.
I think it's very, very fine drizzle, mate.
That's the worst kind.
Yeah, it sucks you through the skin, that one.
It's like the mist setting on a shower. Gets everywhere.
I had a cold shower last night. I must have been so hot because it felt warm. But it was on freezing. How hot I was last night.
Jeez.
Russell's skipping through. I'm not wearing my other one, so that's a bit thingy.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt. If anyone's wondering what I've done to my wrists and my hands, I've got really bad eczema and the skin's opened up. It's bad on my fingers, but my gloves aren't dry yet, so my fingers are just okay today. They're not too bad, but my wrists are bad.
Yeah, they're getting better.
Yeah, so they're just bandaged up to heal. Can't wear any rings or anything either, which is really annoying. Russell's middle sector. Now, his first is a 32.095. Ocon has actually got the fastest first sector at a 32.014. So, surprisingly, Esteban Ocon is quite good in that Alpine, and he's dressed as Deadpool this weekend, of course.
Could he be the 8th winner?
For Alpine to win a race, I would eat my shoes. Made of cake, of course.
Not much of a punishment. Chocolate cake?
Fruit cake. Then that is a punishment.
But you're allergic, as am I.
Yeah, but still be a punishment though, wouldn't it?
Yes! By allergic reaction!
Albon goes top, 154.724. Esteban Ocon goes up into second place, 154.785. 61 thousandths of a second separated them. Gasly goes third. Russell comes across the line. He now jumps to third as well on a 154.986. Lando Norris has got the fastest middle sector of anybody as we watch him now coming out of Blanchimont up towards the bus stop now where you hit the water as well. Braking hard. 18, 19, turns it in, pushes the throttle down. Alonso goes third, 154.825. Lando Norris, 154.459. Lando, numero uno.
Goes top with 2 tenths, almost 3 tenths gap to Albon.
Hamilton 5, Sainz 6, Russell 7. Verstappen still P11. Now Verstappen doesn't go through in this session. He starts anywhere between last really, doesn't he? He's going to go through.
He just had a purple sector 2. Russell rears are just sliding all over the place. I have noticed that about the rears actually, but he just went off slightly.
Perez goes fourth as Verstappen is on there as well with the fastest middle sector of anyone of 51.244. Here he comes. Perez down to fifth. Piastri moves up into third position. Here comes Max Verstappen across the line. And he moves into P1. 153.857.
By 6 tenths.
That's a big margin.
How has he made up that time?
Not a clue. One thing you've got to remember is with Max, that 10th place grid penalty is a biggie. So he either starts 11th or back.
Yeah.
He's outside the top 10, which is the key thing here.
He's determined to get pole position here, so that then he can at least be 10th.
Predictably, he's going to be in the top 3. If he's not, something seriously goes wrong. Max is going to start 11 back. That's the thing. See, do you know what I'd do here? Looking at that track graphic with the first 2 sectors... Well,
Put dries on.
Sectors 1 and 3, yeah, I would.
If it's a majority dry track,
Stick your
then
dries on.
for now, test out for dry weather.
What have you got to lose? And that's... I thought Russell was going to be brave there.
No.
A Ferrari?
Please, you always make bad decisions, but this could be a right one.
I'd say dries are worth it, you know. Not another set of inters.
Give it a try.
Pit lane's wet, but there's dry lines out there.
Mm.
Everyone's still staying on inters. You get 4 sets of inters plus 1, so you get 5 sets of inters plus another set, 6. So they've got 6 sets going into this session. This fly's been annoying me all day. Bandage. Leclerc's gone into inters. He has not changed over. Oh! Unsafe release in the path of Lewis Hamilton there in the pit lane.
That was too close.
Hamilton having to take avoiding action there. He goes out of the pit lane side by side with Charles Leclerc. What's the one thing you can't do in this pit lane that we haven't seen yet in qualifying?
I wonder what it is.
You can't go slow in the fast lane.
It's so delightful.
It's a normal qualifying for once. Look at Hamilton. He's got a run there. Did he get through?
Yeah.
He's side by side on the driver tracker. Has he got through? He has.
Yeah.
Hamilton passes Leclerc on the run up. That's nicely done. Here's Wolverine.
Seems to be their good luck charm.
Yeah. Ocon is Deadpool. Gasly is Wolverine.
What could go wrong?
To be fair, I know Ryan Reynolds is a partner in the team, and that's why they've got the Deadpool Wolverine liveries this weekend. But whose idea was it to put Deadpool on Ocon and Wolverine on Gasly? You know, they don't like each other. There's a rivalry. They hate each other. They stab each other in the film. It's raining harder now, says Perez. So why put them as that? Because if they crash now, it's just Deadpool v Wolverine.
They have a sense of humour.
Gasly hasn't improved on the time, and he shakes his head.
Also, have you noticed what they did to their Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're really going all out.
Also, ironically, Wolverine has had 10 films. He's been in 10 films.
That's why.
And Pierre Gasly's number is number 10.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah. So that's
either
all.
that or they have cruel jokes.
I know.
Which they obviously do.
Here comes Fernando Alonso across the line and stays in 8th. No one's improving on time now. That rain is hitting harder. As Perez says, times are done. Hello to Cowan, who says, hi guys, from Tenerife. Late to the party. Not late at all. All you missed in the first session was Hulkenberg, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Sargent and Zhou being eliminated. Now, with 5.5 minutes to go, the harder rain is starting to hit. And now, look, Inter's coming in at the bus stop. That's where it's raining hard, in that lane from Blanchimont to the bus stop.
Albon's just gone into the pit lane. He seems to be quite confident.
Don't think we're going to have many changing. Is that Russell making a mistake? Yeah, look, it's getting worse now.
Yeah.
It's following Russell around the track where it's raining. Oh!
He's bringing the rain.
Massive tank slapper from Russell coming out of Ix and turn 9. I can see it raining at Pouhon. I can see the drops forming.
Russell's gift of rain.
Yeah. He's worse than Sutek. Did you just knock over your own glass?
While I was holding it too. Thank goodness for this handle. Careful. It's wet.
Yes, I can see that. They're on intermediates.
I mean this.
Russell is 2 tenths up on Sainz's time now. In the drop zone is Russell, Gasly, Leclerc, Bottas and Stroll. So, and Verstappen does a 1:53.837. Improves by 18 thousandths of a second. He's a perfectionist, isn't he?
He really is. Determination just seems to be running through him, and bit slidey there.
Gasly pits, Ocon pits, Russell 4th. And now both Ferraris are in the elimination zone.
And look who's very close to it.
Hamilton
Albon is near the top.
In third. That Williams has looked strong in dry and wet conditions all weekend long. Williams go well here. They always seem to have found some extra pace. Leclerc's 3/10 up on Sainz's time. Sainz is down on his own best time as well. Hamilton's getting a little bit mixture of it into the bus stop as well as he tries to touch the brakes, swoop in, just a little bit over into the last corner. Give it some whirly, give it the acceleration, boom. Look how hard it's raining now on the start-finish straight. It's really bad as Hamilton does do a 1:54.735 and improves up. That's the McLaren of Norris. No point in taking notice of him. Leclerc behind him goes third, 1:54.587. Here comes Carlos Sainz. He's 12th at the moment. So Alonso's in the drop zone and he's in the pit lane. So currently he's out. And now Danny Ricciardo's in the drop zone by 9,000ths of a second. Alonso's on an outlap though.
Looking at Piastri right now, it's just done a yellow sector time.
Sainz went fourth, just to update you. Oh, wheel on the grass and Stamolo for Piastri.
Might need heavier tyres.
Yeah. When was he? Has he boxed? What's he done? It's brand new tyres. I know that flag's been annoying me all day as well.
Away. Away. Away.
Still keeping it together. Everyone's sliding around quite crazy.
Where is Perez? He says it's all clear here. Where are you?
Piastri goes second, 1:54.136, fastest last sector of anyone. Here comes Ricciardo. His middle sector's down, but his first sector's a personal best, so Ricciardo's looking quite strong here. Can he break through? It's only 9,000ths of a second to Perez. I'd love it if Perez didn't get through. The irony, and Ricciardo does, would love it. And I get that irony. Ricciardo goes 6th, 1:54.682. Perez is now 6,000ths off of Ocon. If you actually look at the gaps that we've got alongside us here, it's quite insane. Gap between Leclerc and Sainz, 51,000ths. Ricciardo, 44,000ths. Albon, 42. 9,000ths for Russell. 2,000ths between Russell and Hamilton. Ocon, 50,000ths off between him and Hamilton. 6,000ths between Ocon and Perez. 34,000ths between Alonso and Perez. Then it's 2/10, 4/10 and 2. But that's an insane margin all the way down from 5th to 12th.
It is. None of them are really improving now. Not a lot, anyway.
Yeah, that rain's hitting too hard, isn't it? Perez has had a terrible first sector, but he's improved, and he's 5/10 faster than Ocon in sector 2 as Sainz gets out of the way. Leclerc's further up the road, coming into the chicane now. 1 minute to go in qualifying 2. Has it been any rain? Yes, it's raining very, very heavily right now.
That is impressive.
One inters. Yeah, go on.
For Ocon,
yeah.
There for Sector 1, it is impressive, especially in these conditions.
Perez goes through into 4th place. That pushes Ocon out. So drivers in the elimination zone. Ocon, Alonso, Gasly, Bottas and Stroll. And Ocon is fastest in that first sector of anybody. Even Verstappen, 31.905. And he's quicker than Hamilton now as well, who's on the risk of the drop zone. Lance Stroll, 15th at the moment, stays 15th. Why does he have a seat in Formula 1? Why? He didn't improve at all. Esteban Ocon, on the other hand, looking very feisty. Checkered flag, Piastri boxes. Piastri, I think, has done enough. It's across the line. No, Piastri's going to keep on going. So it's very slow in the last corner. Flags out now. Esti is 4th. 1:54.460. Here comes Gasly next across the line. We've had Deadpool, Wolverines through 2 into P7, 1:54.635. Both Mercedes face elimination at the moment. Next across the line, Verstappen. Then it's Ricciardo. Ricciardo is currently P9. He needs to improve. Does he? Watch Ricciardo. He boxes. Russell 2nd. Hamilton's fastest in the middle sector of anybody. Alonso's improving as well. Verstappen's taken the flag. Ricciardo's going to be eliminated here in qualifying. Norris goes 4th. Here comes Hamilton. Fastest middle sector as he comes into the bus stop. Rides over turn 18. Touches the apex curb at 19. Gets his Mercedes straightened out for the run to the line. And goes second fastest. Exactly 2/10 down on Verstappen. But that's Ricciardo out. Albon's improving on time. Alonso goes through. Sainz is in the drop zone at the moment. Here comes Alexander Albon. He goes into P9. Gasly's out of qualifying. Charles Leclerc's fastest in the middle sector. He's P10 at the moment. Albon might not go through here because the Ferraris are going quicker. Leclerc goes 5th. Carlos Sainz is directly behind him, and he's going to improve to kick Albon out, surely. Yes, he does. 4th for Sainz. Albon goes out. Does Bottas make it through? No, he's 14th, and Stroll's already done his lap time. He's out. So it's Albon by 0.003 of a second out to Gasly, Ricciardo, Bottas and Stroll. Perez is saved by the slimmest margin possible again, but it's bad news for every driver we say doesn't deserve a seat in Formula One. They are scraping by today.
They all seem to be struggling with this wet weather. I think it might be time to just test out the wets.
Rain increasing in certain areas, so it's an unpredictable game. But 0.003 of a second for Alexander Albon to get eliminated is not good for anybody.
Piastri has no grip.
You said that earlier.
And understeer. I generally think it is time to bring out the wet tyres and test to see what they are.
They'll dry up. It needs to be slicks, if anything.
No, I think full wets.
If it rains heavy in the next 5 minutes, then it'll be full wets.
Well, it said it would.
Yeah. Weather forecast is being up and down at the moment, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's not that predictable, unfortunately. Let's take a look at the results then. So it's Verstappen from Hamilton, Russell, Sainz, Piastri, Leclerc, Alonso, Norris, Ocon and Perez. That's your top 10 going through. Eliminated is Albon, Gasly, Ricciardo, Bottas and Lance Stroll. They are all out of the session. Already eliminated were Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Sargent and Zhou. Q3 is coming up next. Let's get the thoughts on our pundits then from that session. Omi, if you're around, love to hear from you as well. Hello. What did you make of Q2 then?
Interesting Q2, and yes, you've been violating quite a few drivers today, haven't you? Yeah. Q1 done, Q2 done. Now, interesting Q3 coming up for the drivers that we think belong in F1.
Yeah, definitely. Who would you say doesn't deserve to be in Formula 1? Who would you say, okay, that doesn't deserve a seat?
I think Judge definitely be out, Sargent, and then Stroll as well. So, there is quite a few. And when we've got so much talent waiting as well to get on the F1 grid, it's just outrageous.
Megan, your thoughts on that session?
I thought it was quite nerve-wracking.
Yeah, go on.
But I generally think that they need to find more grip because it's getting way too heavy, and it's getting heavy just as they're coming out of the pit lane too.
Too long of a track, you can't figure out what tyre you want to go on. That's the problem as well. I
thought it was a B for a second. It's just feedback.
It's feedback from our systems, yeah. It's too difficult a circuit to understand what you want and what you don't want. So, yeah, you're sort of just damned if you do and damned if you don't at this place. So, keep on with it. Keep on the attack as we see who's in and out of this session over the past ones, and yeah, we'll get back to Sky Sports F1 shortly as well to have the run around. If you do want to get in touch with us, use the YouTube chat, but for now, let's head back over to David Croft and Martin Brundle.
It was a good lap. I can see it from here. We're just not quite there with car pace. Really well done in those conditions. We're not missing much.
And around a very long lap, he was only 0.6 of a second away from Max Verstappen, who had the fastest lap. Verstappen's teammate Sergio Perez makes it into Q3 then by 3/1000ths of a second at the expense of Alex Albon. Only the second time in the last 7 Grand Prix that Perez has been in Q3. And Verstappen is looking the class act so far, Martin Brundle. And it could be that for the 3rd year in a row, the quickest driver, Max Verstappen, in Q3 doesn't take pole position here at Spa.
Could well be. He's certainly looking handy, and he, we believe, has 2 new sets of intermediate tyres of the 4 he went into this qualifying with available to him. He got through each sector with each qualifying sector with just 1 set of tyres. The bad news is for his teammate Sergio Perez, by our calculations, he doesn't have any new intermediate tyres, and nor does Ocon or Alonso. So both Mercedes, both Ferraris, both McLarens have 1 brand new set. So very much advantage Max Verstappen.
Who, if he did get the fastest time, would start 11th on the grid. A position he has never won from in Formula 1 before, and he's won from 9 different grid spots, which is an equal record with Fernando Alonso. Ted Kravitz, down to you.
So a better qualifying session Q2 for the Mercedes. They were 2nd and 3rd for Hamilton and Russell, if I'm not very much mistaken. Pierre Gasly's just passing me in the pit lane, Crofty, as he goes to the FIA weigh scales. He was very, very frustrated, to say the least, that he was out in that session, whereas his teammate Esteban Ocon was through. Good job by Ocon. And equally frustrated was Lance Stroll. His engineer said, look, never mind, Lance, good recovery from free practice 3. Lance said, look, the problem wasn't free practice 3. I think we have bigger problems with the car, bigger things going on with the car. So Stroll, one of 3 half Belgian drivers in the field, not happy with how his qualifying has gone. The other 2 being, of course,
well, Max Verstappen, who was born in Belgium.
Yep, and Lando Norris.
Lando Norris.
3 half Belgian drivers.
Well done, Ted. Good.
So it's those 3 technical home races, Hamilton.
Is it good that I'm ahead of everyone, or
Depends what this rain does.
We'll let you know.
I mean, I'd rather be second to people, but you can be the one to find out what the conditions are truly like, Lewis.
If anybody can master wet weather, it is Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah. It's probably better he's first, actually. Show people where not to go.
Green light goes on, and qualifying 3 is underway here at the Belgium Grand Prix at Spa-Francorchamps. And now the games begin with interesting weather conditions. They'll still wait to find their times out. Everybody just want to wait and see what Lewis Hamilton does by sending him out first on the circuit, though. That's one thing I've noticed. Wada! Bye-bye. That fly's been doing my head in for the past 2 hours. It does look like the rain's increasing, though, Megan, doesn't it?
It does.
It's sort of heavy. It's hanging around the moisture of the trees a little bit more.
It is, which probably means it's going to rain harder, so for wet.
Yeah, I mean, if this rain's coming back in as well, I doubt we're going to have the F2 race after all at this rate.
Indeed. But let's hope we do, and let's pray that we do have the F2 race and we get with a good race after so much waiting for it.
You know as well as me, it'll probably be safety car, then 1 lap of green, safety car, red flag, then it's like, oh sorry, run out of daylight. Goodbye. 44 minutes we spent delayed earlier on.
Was that wise?
No.
I enjoyed it.
That marshal's actually going to get reprimanded by the stewards there. You're not allowed to cross the pit lane from one side to the other during an active session.
Maybe he went to the bathroom.
It's like the session started and I needed to go potty.
Yeah.
Johnny Herbert used to do that. He used to have 2 safety wees before the start of a race.
Understandable.
What, 2?
Yeah. Trust me, sometimes you just sit down and then you think, do you know what? Actually, I rushed on that first one. I need to go back.
Leclerc had pole here in 2023, Sainz in 22, so Ferrari are back-to-back on poles here at Spa. Verstappen in 21, Hamilton in 2020, and Leclerc had it in 2019, of course, at his home venue. 10 minutes to go, and now the lap times begin for qualifying 3. Lewis Hamilton is the first to meet these conditions. A little bit of spray as he comes braking into La Source. He missed that apex by a country mile, but he's kept the speed through.
And Perez says it's drying up. It's still raining.
Yeah, well, Sergio Perez is living in his world of his own at the moment, it seems.
I don't understand where he's finding these dry places.
He's been reading through... I'm not going to say that.
I know where you're going.
Yeah. Let's see. Hamilton's first sector's of 32.140, so an improvement there. Oh, hang on, 32.033. Okay. So Russell faster as well by, what, a tenth of a second? That's great from George. So Lewis might not be the best of the conditions right now, because it's going to get quicker for everyone else who comes across the line. And he's nearly on the gravel coming to turn 9, Jackie Hicks.
Ocon has got a purple sector 1.
Through Pilon. Not the best camera angles, it went behind the tree. Up to the Fania chicane. Switch it in. You just do that every time I say Fania.
Yeah.
Fine. Piff Paff, the other name. What are you going to do for that? That's Patter Patter, not Piff Paff.
I don't know how to do.
Stabilo. I don't think through Stabilo. If you go like that to stab low, I'll... Curve to Paul Frere. Let's see what you do with that one. Go across the road and just bend Paul over. Curve to Paul.
It's like... Hi.
He goes to the bus stop at the end of the road, though. Look at Piastri's middle section is great. Now, if that rain does come down quite heavy towards the end of the session, this could be the qualifying runs. So Lewis Hamilton, first across the line. It's a 1:54.011. George Russell directly behind him now in the Mercedes. He's a 1:54.243. He's lost a lot of time. I'm smiling because I've just seen Esteban Ocon fastest of all that first sector. Piastri's got the fastest second sector by 42 thousandths. Is Oscar going to follow up his first win with his first ever pole? No. 1:54.027. Esteban Ocon's looking quite good, and he goes into 4th place. It's a 1:54.810. The rain's getting heavy in the last sector. Here comes Lando Norris across the line, goes into 4th, 1:54.245. Fernando Alonso's looking remarkably consistent, so is Carlos Sainz. The two Spaniards are stronger in the middle sectors compared to the rest of the field. Up to the line, Perez has got the fastest second sector of anybody now. Alonso goes 5th. Sainz just behind him. Leclerc's looking good as well. Here comes Carlos. He goes 5th now with a time 4 tenths faster than Alonso. Here comes Charles Leclerc and goes 6th. Now Max fast again in the middle sector. I remind you though, Max has a 10th place grid penalty.
Yeah, so either way, he is not going to be...
But it will be Perez! 1:53.765. Perez, for the first time this year, has a shot at pole position. Max goes fastest by 6 tenths, but has that 10th place grid penalty, which means if it does rain harder in the next 6 minutes and nobody else improves, it's Sergio Perez who's on provisional pole position.
Oh my.
Well, he needed to improve. And what did Max put a wheel on the gravel? Nearly coming through Stabilo.
Just almost, just a second out.
This is Oscar, and he did go wide at X.
Just held on though.
Yeah. Oh, he did put a good on the gravel as well in the exit. I thought he might have done from the look of it, but I wasn't entirely 100% sure. Look at the rain on the start-finish lane in the pit lane. Look at that. It's that horrible fine drizzle rain that blows in every which way direction. Zach Hare's hair is going to get wet. Join the conversation. Who will be on the front row? Well, I think it's going to be Perez and Hamilton, to be fair.
Verstappen's brake pedal's getting a bit low.
Is it?
Yeah.
So they're going to go for a double lap here or box?
And...
Double lap. They're all staying out. They're fueled to the end. Best of the conditions.
I'm not sure who is going to be on the front row, honestly.
Ocon's down to 10th and is in the pit lane. Okay. Surprise, surprise.
I have a feeling it might be a McLaren and a Mercedes. I don't know what order though.
Is that... why is that coming... I'm going to unplug that. I don't know why that trust thing keeps coming back up. We're watching Max Verstappen's onboard up here in the commentary box on one of our monitors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 monitors now. I realized they're all 2 by 2.
Yeah. Where's the arc? The arc for the monitors. Is this the arc?
We're in it. It's the whole commentary box. So double laps aren't really working for anyone. I don't know why Lewis bothered. fact, the two Mercedes and the two McLarens, I don't know why they bothered doing a second lap, because now they've just lost time. So, they must be long fueled and box new tyres. That, I think, has cost them.
Red Bulls have pitted.
They have, yeah. Everyone's pitted by them. So, I think that's a mistake for the Mercedes-powered cars here. That's a big mistake.
It might not be.
Omi, what do you think? They're playing for a gamble here, and I think it's not going to work out. They're not going to get the best of the track conditions. Look at that, the 410's down already.
They're all slow laps.
Yeah, but they should have boxed the lap ago. What do you think, Omi?
Yeah, but anything is possible. It is Formula One, so we'll wait and see, and then we'll give our full judgment.
Over the Alex Brundle approach from Omi as well. Just wait to see what happens. Here comes Hamilton then. It's not going to be an improvement. It can't be an improvement. If it is, I'll be very, very shocked. Time, not position. 1:53.835. Piastri, is he improving from 4th? No.
Norris is.
Norris is improving. Is Russell improving? Time, not position. Yeah. 1:54.184.
The only one of them that's proving really massively is Norris.
Yeah, fastest sector to 1 and 2. Norris does improve to 4th, so it was worth it for him. 1:53.981. So that's 3rd on the grid, effectively.
Yeah.
And annoyingly, Verstappen is going to be on pole, but he's not going to have pole.
Yeah.
Because pole's determined who lines up first on the grid.
I mean...
So it will count as a Perez pole. It'll be his 4th career pole position.
Just trying to think of the overtaking possibilities down at turn 1.
Inside is preferable.
1 and 2 will crash into each other.
If we even start with 5 lights, you've got to remember that. If it's a rolling start.
Oh, I don't see any rain for tomorrow.
We didn't see this rain popping up in this session. We knew it was going to be here all day, but we thought it'd be gone by now. Sort of all just hanging around out there, isn't it? There's Hugh Bird, Sergio Perez's race engineer. Watching on. I hate people who eat their microphones. It's like they don't need to be that close.
I can't stand if my microphone is right here because I feel like I can't actually speak.
Yeah.
And it's way too loud.
Yeah. I've got it down and out.
I put it up like this. So it's just underneath my nose.
There's 2 minutes to go in this session then. Here we go. So, final 90 seconds of qualifying 3. What are we going to see from Carlos Sainz? He's effectively the first to cross the line. The last will be Esteban Ocon. Oh, and Sainz is sliding everywhere. That was a very messy turn 1, wasn't it?
It is a very messy turn 1, and it...
Mercedes, the Mercedes and... Well, both Mercedes and both McLaren have just stayed out the entire session. They've not come in or done anything.
Yeah, they haven't. They're trying.
Yeah, 4-lap odd inters, they're going to do nothing. They're out of it. They are out of it. And Sainz is down on time, but sliding around.
That was improving.
Yeah. That's worse than an ice skater. Oh, look at Leclerc. Leclerc might do something here.
He's improving.
Leclerc might get pole position. 42,000 off. Rain possibly increasing around the circuit. Norris has been told. Well, we can visibly see it's getting out there as well, because Sainz is about to put it in the gravel. Oh, he got so close there, Carlos Sainz, to throwing it away into the barrier. You've got to be so careful as he rounds Pouon. But my eyes are on Charles Leclerc. We're watching the wrong driver. Here we go. Leclerc is on an absolute barnstormer. Don't forget, it's not if Verstappen qualifies on pole position, he won't have the pole time.
If he doesn't qualify on pole position, because then it just makes life easier.
It's whoever finishes second who gets pole position. Max has a 10-place grid penalty. Max needs to finish on pole to start 11th on the grid, best. That's where he's going for it. Leclerc's dropped now 4/10. He's still on for that second place, but he's got to have a better sector. Checkered flag is out. Ocon did cross the line to start his final lap time. Here we see now the first one. It's Carlos Sainz, first across the board. Now he's 7th at the moment. Is he going to improve anywhere near the top running order? Carlos Sainz stays in 7th. Charles Leclerc, has he done enough to take provisional pole position? He just needs to be second. No difference. Is it good enough? It is! It is! It's a 1:53.7. Charles Leclerc is on Prix. But can Max Verstappen take that pole and start 11th on the grid? He's down in the middle sector, but I don't think anyone else is going to be able to catch him. But it will be Charles Leclerc who will start on pole for the Belgian Grand Prix. Third pole in a row for Ferrari here at Spa. Max into the last corner. Don't think he's going to improve. Doesn't really need to improve. It's 11th on the grid for him no matter what. And does 42 thousandths off his own time. Fastest third sector of anybody as well, just to show off. And I think that's it. Alonso is 9th. Hamilton, no one's improving. That's it. So Max Verstappen finishes on pole, but he will start 11th. And it is Charles Leclerc who has provisional pole position. I think Perez, he's backed out of it. So it's a wonder job from Perez. He got pipped to the post. Verstappen tops qualifying, but it's Charles Leclerc who takes pole position for the Belgian Grand Prix. The third pole in a row for Ferrari here at Spa. Sergio Perez will line up alongside him for the front row of the grid. Then it'll be Hamilton and Norris, Piastri alongside Russell, Sainz and Alonso, then Ocon alongside Albon, who'll start 10th. Verstappen will start 11th on the grid as well. Then Gasly, Ricciardo, Bottas, Stroll, Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Sargent, Zhou and Tsunoda starting at the back. Wow! So again, Max has pole, but it's not pole, it's a Ferrari pole. Another different pole sitter.
Another different one.
Well, the Dutch applaud that, but I hope they remember the fact that he's not got pole.
Because of Verstappen's penalties.
Excellent session. Well done. Let's look forward to tomorrow.
So we call that a pole, kind of?
No.
Again, here.
No.
Well done, Max. That was absolutely brilliant. All three sessions. So first part of it done. So super job. Check out the front row.
Yeah, fantastic effort, guys. Let's see what we can do tomorrow. But today was a very good day. Well done, everyone, and also a big thank you to all the mechanics for working so late last night. Great job. Thank you very much. It's really appreciated.
Yeah, Red Bull broke one of their jokers
did you,
of the year.
Did you hear what Christian said?
What?
Front row.
Yeah,
he's forgotten.
Yeah, he's forgotten. Yeah. Front row for Perez, though.
True, but he's just said it to Max.
Yeah, I know.
Remember the penalty.
I know. What really annoys me now is that, okay, this is what really annoys me about this qualifying situation. Yes, Max has top position, well done. He's claimed pole position. But it's Charles Leclerc who's on pole.
Pole isn't his.
Yeah, so here's the thing. If during the race, of course we've had this happen before, think back to 2019 Canada, when Sebastian Vettel got a penalty and he crossed the line in first. He didn't stand on the top step of the podium, did he?
No.
No, Lewis did. Lewis got the win. It should be the same procedure. To make it simpler for the fans, Max has a 10-place grid penalty. It should be applied now, which indicates
not
after.
after.
He's not on pole position. He hasn't done anything.
He shouldn't be in that place.
And this happens so many times in Formula 1. Drivers get penalties and they start on pole position. Schumacher, 2012 at Monaco. He got a 5-place grid penalty. Mark started on pole. We knew that going in.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, congratulate yourself, well done, but you're starting 11th on the grid. You've done what you need to do, great job, but it's Charles Leclerc, he's got pole position here.
Yeah, I think they should just be enacted straight away.
I agree with you. Schumacher still did a pole lap in Monaco in 2012, even if he had a penalty hanging over him. So to me, that is a pole lap for Max Verstappen, even if he doesn't start on pole. Well, Canada 2019, Vettel did attempt to swap the boards and promote the penalty. That is true, yeah. But it's the same thing. If a driver crosses the line in the race and there's a time penalty added to him, he's not won the race. It's changed automatically. It should be done in qualifying, because otherwise it just confuses everybody. Because now all the Dutch fans are going, yes, Max is on pole for tomorrow. They'll come back tomorrow, 11th.
It's like, why is he there?
We knew that coming in. And have you noticed there's been nothing on the screen to promote that? As I just saw Damon Hill, so I'm interested in why he's not on the Sky team, I don't know, but he's still there. Why doesn't it pop up on the screen that Verstappen's got a 10-place grid penalty? No one's mentioned it, have you noticed?
Yeah, not a single person.
Can't defend the golden boy here. He's got a 10-place grid penalty. Hasn't flashed up on the screen again, has it? We had it at the very start of the hour, but nothing since. It is Charles Leclerc who has pole position for the Belgian Grand Prix. And Perez starts second. Max has to fight back from 11th. In fact, didn't this happen in 2022?
Something similar.
Yeah.
So, how is overtaking here?
It did, yeah.
Medium, yeah. Okay. Ah, thank you, Amy, it did. Right, let's head down to the pit lane then, and hear final thoughts from you, Megan, quickly before Billy Monger talks.
I thought it was an intriguing one.
Thanks, Mex. Let's head down then to Billy Monger for post-qualifying interviews.
Checo Perez, a good qualifying for you there. P3, but you will line up second on the grid for tomorrow's race with your teammate's penalty. How was it out there for you?
Yeah, it was very tricky at times. Obviously, as always, in these conditions, it's so easy for it to go wrong, as it's been going in the last few qualifyings in these conditions. And yeah, I mean, it was good to finally put it together. Unfortunately, we didn't have any new tires for Q3. We were a bit out of sync in Q2, so we were also quite lucky to make it in P10. And I think P2 is probably the best position you can wish for in the Spa. It was the same with Charles last year, so I'm gonna be trying tomorrow to be the same. And yeah, it's a long race ahead of us. It looks like it's gonna be dry, so we'll see.
And going into the race tomorrow, obviously qualifying's been a part of your season that has been under pressure, especially the last few races. It hasn't gone to plan. What was your mindset going into this weekend, knowing that Spa's a circuit that in previous years has suited your car pretty well?
Yeah, I mean, like I've always said, every weekend it's a new opportunity to do better every day. Tomorrow is a new opportunity for us to do even better than today and go for that win.
And that opportunity, you mentioned the race tomorrow, you'll be starting on the front row. What can you do tomorrow, Sergio? Are you capable of winning this race?
We'll see. It's a very long race ahead of us. I think tomorrow degradation will be quite tricky. And graining, with this new tarmac, I think there are a lot of unknowns still. But I got a good feeling for tomorrow, so we'll see.
Congratulations. Good luck for tomorrow, Sergio. Charles Leclerc, second in qualifying today, but you will line up on pole position tomorrow. Pretty similar to last year in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, exactly the same. It's good. I mean, I definitely did not expect that this weekend. Obviously, with the tricky conditions, we could do something above our expectations. So it's it's a good day for the team. Now we need to focus on tomorrow and see what will happen whenever the rain is gone.
So do you think the conditions today, the fact we had the mixed conditions out there and it looked tricky for the from the driver's point of view, do you think that helped you make the difference today?
Yeah. I think that without this rain, probably P5 it was the position we were fighting for with the Mercedes especially. But obviously with the rain, it helped us a little bit. But I'm not going to complain. I'm really happy. I'm very happy with the lap in Q3, and it's good to be back on the front part of the grid. But now we've got to finalize that tomorrow.
And tomorrow you'll be starting from pole. What's your approach going to be going up for Eau Rouge on that first lap if you're still in the lead? Because it could be a tricky race to lead the first lap around here.
Yeah, it's not the easiest first place to keep on the first lap here, but honestly, I will see it. Every starts are different, and then once I'll be in the car tomorrow through Eau Rouge, I'll decide what's the best thing I can do. But obviously, I'll try to keep that first place.
Good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So for pole
Max Verstappen, another pole position for you this weekend. Unfortunately, you won't line up in pole position because of the grid penalty. But talk us through that lap, because that was exceptional out there.
Yeah, it was a nice qualifying. Luckily the weather was okay. It was just raining a little bit, but at least we could do a decent qualifying. And yeah, everything worked well. Every tire set that we were on, we could just do a good lap times. I was of course also thinking about Q3. Not knowing if it was going to dry out, so I was trying to keep 2 new sets for Q3, and luckily we escaped in Q1, Q2. So, yeah, very happy. I mean, the car was working quite well in the wet. Yeah, I could just do my laps and try to do clean lap times in the wet, which is always quite tricky. But tomorrow, of course, I know that it's quite a different day. It's going to be warmer, normally no rain. So it's all about, tire degradation. And we just need to make sure we're good on that. I know that, of course, I have to start also 10 places back. So this was the best I could do today. And then go from there. I don't know how quick we're going to be. I hope that we can be in the mix, to try and move forward.
And then coming into this weekend, you probably knew within the team that you were going to take this grid penalty and make the decision that you have. You've started out of position here in Spa. What's your approach going to be down into turn 1? Because it's a tight corner. It can really get a bit chaotic at times there. Yeah, race can be lost, of course, in turn 1. So just need to see what happens, in the start naturally, and just go from there. It's a very long race. It's very hard on tires, and just need to try and manage that as good as we can, and hopefully then we can be competitive tomorrow. It's been a couple of races since you've won a Grand Prix. Starting where you are tomorrow, you think you can bounce back after last weekend and get a race victory? How quick is your car in race trim? We are not making it easy on ourselves, and especially, of course, in the battle that we're in. I know that, today was a great day, but it's in the wet. We need to be quick in the dry tomorrow. But, it's going to be a tough battle. We'll try to do the best we can. Hopefully we can battle, with the Ferraris and the Mercedes, of course, ahead. And if we have a bit of luck, of course, maybe we can challenge the McLaren. Good luck for tomorrow, Max. Right, thank you.
A fantastic qualifying session then, and a very interesting grid coming through. Ed says, can't disagree, we should acknowledge an exceptional session performance, even if there's a penalty, which in this case is not Max's fault. That's true, yeah. It's very good to qualify the field by half a second. 6/10 of a second is still amazing. It proves that the Red Bull upgrades in qualifying are back to where they need to be. And Perez certainly being up there in third is proving that they're going back in the right direction. Kind of worrying for the race tomorrow. They're going to be up there as Damon Hill presents the trophy for the pole positions. If I was Max, I'd get Damon to sign it as well, the world champion from 1996. I'd really ask Damon to sign it actually as well, to come into it. Omi, final thoughts then from you on this session. What do you think we're going to have going into tomorrow's action?
Well, just like a year ago, we have Perez and Leclerc on the front row. Last year it was Perez who took the lead on the Camel Straight. Let's see if he'll be able to do it again on the opening lap of the race. It's going to be an exciting race coming up tomorrow. Today, though, we also have the F2 Sprint coming up. Reminds us back to a bit of 2022 when we used to have F2 races after F1 qualifying.
Don't remind me of that season as well. That got exhausting. Thank you, Omi. Thank you, Megan, as well. Thank you to everybody watching. So it's Max Verstappen who claims pole position, but it'll be Charles Leclerc who lines up on the front row of the grid in P1 with Perez alongside him. Thanks for your company. We'll be back for the F2 Sprint at 5:10 British summer time. That's 6:10 over in Central Europe. Great qualifying. Will we have a great race tomorrow? Join us to find out on air from 1 o'clock British summer time. Lights out 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock over in Central Europe. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.